All right, so today might be another very bitter pill to swallow, but I don't really care because on this channel I do what I want and I say what I want, so I'm here to teach you the real facts. Women prefer half-truths and comforting lies from men. Women do not like the real truth and they do not respond very well to the real truth, and I'm going to show you why. Now, after today's video is over, we just crossed over 1,450 guys inside of our community. I've been helping them learn, understand, and master the language of women. So after today's video is over, I want you to join that too. But let's dive in. Here's what you have to know. Women don't react or respond very well to truth when dating at all. Okay, here's what's going to happen. Women will claim that they want loyal, honest, respectable men who tell the truth and will lead her down a positive path in life. This right here is what they will tell you. Now, in reality, when women are around men like this, they become extremely argumentative, reactive, and disagreeable. Okay? All while telling him how he is wrong and probably judgmental. So this is her natural nature, is to take the truth and twist it, okay, and create argumentative, reactive, disagreeable behavior or conversations around it to make you feel bad for saying it in the first place. This is what's going to happen in your own dating life. So here's what you have to know. When I tell you this stuff, I don't think that this is good or bad. This is just how it is, okay? I don't really think it's good or bad. I don't really care. This is just how it is. And for a lot of you, here's what you're going to have to understand. For a lot of you guys to actually take these concepts that I'm teaching and really apply them, you're going to have to go through some reps, some repetitions in your dating life. You're going to have to see how real dates play out. And sometimes, you know, when I'm talking about repetitions, you might have to go on 5, 10, 20, 30 dates. You might have to date women extensively for periods of months or years before you really see this unfold. Okay, so it does take experience. Now, while her desire drops for the honest man, she will most likely go into her phone and message the guy who is nonchalant, plays games, and is distant, and then she's going to start sleeping with him because her emotions work in this guy's favor, and he feels fun, and he seems like he doesn't take anything too seriously, so now she can just relax and be around him because this truth is too much for her to handle. Okay, so the man who is carefree and nonchalant with his intent just sits in the vibe and does not even attempt to lead her or the relationship in the first place. Okay? Now, what that means is when he sees her, and that's it. He's not trying to lead anything. He's not trying to build anything. He's not trying to build a relationship. When he sees her, and that's it. Okay? And then when he's gone, he's gone. So, this is how half-truths and comforting lies look like in real life. I'm going to show you exactly how it looks in real life. Here's how it looks like, okay? Simply, his words don't match his actions. That's it. Because here's what's going to happen. It's because he is not engaged emotionally. So she feels his low investment and his carefree take it or leave it attitude or energy. All the right things are going to be coming out of his mouth. Oh, you know you're the woman for me, babe. Okay, but the investment and the energy he's not putting out there that basically says, yes, I'm in love. So on paper, it may even look like weak behavior. Okay? This is what you have to know. A true player, if most guys were to look at his text messages or to just notice his mannerisms, on paper, at face value, it might even look like very weak behavior. Babe, I miss you. Okay? But then he never reaches out first ever, and he doesn't even call her. But he's saying the right things, okay? She knows if she doesn't call or text first, she will never hear from him, okay? Because he speaks in half-truths. He speaks in half-truths and comforting lies. And the biggest thing that you're going to notice about guys like this is they really have no care or they pay no attention to time, okay? This is the one thing, time right here, time and urgency. Most men who do not attract a lot of women are constantly looking at time. So here's what I mean by that. If 2 days goes by and he doesn't hear from her, he starts to panic. If he sends a text message that day and 6 hours go by and he doesn't hear from her, he starts to panic. The real player has no concept of time and he doesn't care. A day turns into a week turns into a month turns into a year, and he's still not trying to build anything with her. He's just existing. Okay? This is what she finds so attractive, is he has no urgency and there is no time horizon, which means the entire relationship now moves and operates at her pace. The entire relationship will always move and operate at her pace, okay? So she knows if she doesn't call or text him, that she'll probably never hear from him because he speaks in half-truths. So all truth and honest words you give to a woman, she thinks that you're weak and you're naive because of this one reason. I'm going to say that one more time. She thinks that you are weak and she thinks that you are naive because of this reason. She knows that her natural nature is to twist and manipulate the truth to make it feel better, okay? Depending on what she wants to hear. Okay, so let's underline this piece. Depending on what she wants to hear. It's not about what you want to hear, and it's also not about what you would like to tell her. She is going to optimize her emotions and her sentences for what she wants to hear, which will oftentimes include twisting the truth to make it better for her to understand, so that way she feels like her emotions are correct by default. This is what you're going to notice. So let me paint you a picture, or let me make you an analogy, okay? Giving a woman the truth is like giving a toddler the keys to your Ferrari, because the kid says that you can trust me, I know how to drive, and then you're surprised when the kid crashes. Let's say this one more time. Giving a woman the truth is like giving a toddler the keys to your Ferrari because the kid says, you can trust me, I know how to drive it, okay? I know how to drive, but then you're surprised when the kid crashes. This is how a woman feels when you start to emote or tell her the truth about how you feel, or you just start speaking the truth in general. You were naive. She senses your lack of competency. She senses your lack of dating experience. You're naive. This is how women feel about you when you're honest and tell them the truth about how you feel. So, you think that the other guy she's with is a loser. You think the other guy that she's now sleeping with is a loser. In reality, she respects him because he won't be manipulated. Even if he doesn't have a job. Even if he doesn't have a car. Even if he only has $300 to his name or to his bank account. The fact that he doesn't value time and he doesn't care. And a day can turn into a week can turn into a month can turn into a year. He never feels the need to fix a situation with her because there's never an argument, and there's never an argument because he's never in an actual relationship. You can't argue with someone who's not even willing to play along with the game in the first place. This is why women prefer half-truths and comforting lies from the player. Now, let's dive into this side of the marker board. Now, also what you got to know is, for any of you out there who think that this is easy for me to make all these presentations, you got to realize one thing. It's a lot of work dropping this much wisdom. Rest assured. So, here's what you need to do. You need to get used to controlling your vocal tone and not showing very much expression. Here's how it looks. Babe, you know I love you. Babe, you know I've been missing you. Oh, I missed you so much. Look at us, we're lovers. You need to get used to controlling your vocal tone and still speaking the things that she needs to hear. Now, the second that you mean any of these things and your vocal tone reflects it that you're now in love, this is where she leaves you. And this is where she leaves you very quick. So when she's with a guy like this who can say the right things but control his vocal tone because he's not willing to get emotionally engaged. So here's what happens. They might sleep together. Okay, maybe they decide to sleep together, but she probably knows that she'll never hear from him unless she calls first, and then he'll pick up that phone. But she's going to notice that he doesn't care if the relationship unfolds. So here's what you got to realize. The words keep that what if factor in her mind. What if I can get him to fall in love with me? What if I can get him to love me? What if I can get him to care about me one day? Okay? Women will chase these types of men year after year after year after year, and these men just lie and lie and lie and cheat and cheat and cheat, and women keep believing them. They will cheat, and the man will say, it's just so hard for me. It's so hard. I've been working on it. One more time. Just give me time. I've been trying. It's so hard. Okay? It's almost like she gives him hope that one day he can hopefully be better. But if he was better to begin with, she wouldn't even have interest in him. You can give a woman the perfect man. You can give a woman the perfect gentleman. They don't want it. They don't want those types of men. If they did, they would be in a relationship happy, or they would probably be married, and this isn't the case. Majority of them, and very attractive women, are typically always single because what they're gravitating towards is what their emotions tell them to go for. Okay, so here's what you have to know. Women's emotions are opposite to your logic. She will feel that the liar is more truthful than the guy telling the truth. I'm going to say this one more time because even when I write this down, it's so funny to me. She will feel that the liar is more truthful than the guy telling the truth, all because the liar makes her feel good. And women will be loyal only to their own emotions. Think about that for a second. You can be doing all the right things. You can be positive. You can be telling the truth. You can be honest. You can be telling the truth over and over. But what you're going to find out is that she will actually feel that the liar is more truthful, all because the lies make her feel good. The liar makes her feel good. Women will only be loyal to their own emotions. So here's what I can tell you. For all the men out there who hear this, you hear my presentations, you hear what I talk about, and you still deep down want love, I understand. Makes sense. Okay? But here's what you have to know. You must understand that when you move like this, you start to move in your relationships and operate in this format that I'm showing you or that I'm teaching you. When you start to move like this, you get love from almost all of them. So for all of you out there, you say, hey, well, how would I even have a relationship with a woman then? Well, here's what you have to know. By you operating this way, you're probably going to get treated way better than any other girlfriend you've ever had before. Okay? All because you're starting to appeal to her emotions. So, you must understand that if you move like this, you will probably get love from almost all of them, and you put in way less effort. So what I advise you to do next is I advise you to take the next step, and that would be learn, understand, and master the language of women. What I've created is an entire end-to-end process that you can actually use and copy-paste into your own dating life. And we now have over 1,450 guys inside of this community who have started the process of learning, understanding, and mastering the language of women. And because I am watching this help them, I know that it can help you too. So if you check out what I made for you, it's down below. It's in my description. You are going to love what I put together for you because this took me so many months to actually build.